Um, Karen's not with us yet. Karen and Kristen.
Kristen's here. Karen can't make it.
Where's Kristen? Oh, there's you. Oh, there's Kristen right there. Oh, Karen couldn't make it.
No.
Oh,
Hi.
Kids are not.
Sorry.
all right.
Karen's
So you're going to take her place?
Oh, me? Okay. Sure. After you started up.
Right. Okay. Let's get started then. Oh, I can't. Can I record? Yes.
I already got it on.
Oh, you have it on. Oh my goodness. Hey, everybody. I'm so happy that we're together once again. We get this opportunity once a week to see each other. And yes, Karen is here. How awesome is that? Everybody, this meeting tonight is really for everybody. It's not just for those of us who are going to Tampa, but it's for anybody who is thinking of coming to conference time. And tonight, we're just going to share what we experience and some tips, some really good tips on how to make the best conference. Because after all, it's an investment. You want to get the most out of your investment. So first, we're going to hear from our illustrious National Marketing Director, Sharon. Yay, Sharon.
Thank you, Melanie. Great to see all of you guys. Hi, Rachel. I see you there. And Jules, Kelly, Karen. I see you guys. Okay, Stacy, hi. Can't wait to see you guys. This Thursday, some of you Wednesday. We're going to be going to the Campbell Team NMD dinner. It's such a great time. It's a reunion for many of us. You know, we go like every 6 months, or some of us take a little time off in between, but it kind of is like a snowball where you get to know so many people that it's really like amazing, the family reunion that it becomes. It really is. And so one of my biggest tips for you is to make this a network meeting for yourself. The better you become at networking, whether it's outside of conference on a day-to-day basis or at conference, it's going to pay you off. So while you're in line at Promo Plus, or while you're in the elevator, you got to be quick on your feet. You got to get some common ground with people and start asking questions. You know, hey, how you doing? Oh, I see you're from whatever. How long have you been in the business? Or, you know, ask some questions. Be ready with your story. So that way you can practice and you can make those connections. And they're really like lifelong connections. When you meet somebody, there are so many people that are like my best friends, but I only see them at conference, or I talk to them on Voxer, or I'll see a flyer, you know, that they're on or something. I'll be like, oh, she's one of my favorite people, or, you know, he. But anyway, so network, because that's a good practice for you. We are networkers. So don't be in your own secluded club or all by yourself or anything like that. Try to network. Some other things that are tips for you are to bring conference home to your people. You know, and what I mean by that is FaceTime people who couldn't be there, you know, who are on your team or who are on your wish list for joining your team. You know, let them get that feel of conference. Say, hey, I'm thinking of you. Look at this, you know, or say, hey, I miss you. Let me just mute. Okay, here we go. So bring conference back. You can go live showing a little bit, or you can go live in our team groups. Feel free that if you want to share by going live in the team group, that's good also. And let's see. Our area. Okay. For new and missed teams, tickets registration. When you get there, you know, there will be a line, and sometimes there are lines, but you got to make the most of the lines, whether it's tickets for registration or the, what else? The promo area. You want to take that time to get to know the people on the line. Everybody is friendly. Everybody's friendly at conference. So just, you know, feel like they are your friends and just start talking to them. Trust me, you'll get what I mean. And for people who've been there before, even, you know, reach out even more to people. Try to create those bonds, because we see each other on Facebook and things like that. The main sessions are the most important. So sometimes, you know, you want to go to promo at a time when you're not missing something huge. on the main stage. And so sometimes you want to stick with that sponsor or that leader so you know what not to miss. And you want to stick with that sponsor or leader so you don't buy things that you shouldn't. So that's one of the things too. You don't want to spend a lot of money on things that you're going to regret that they weren't useful for you. So make sure, like if you go to Promo Plus where you could get wrapped up in buying a lot of stuff, that you kind of ask your person, hey, should I get this? Should I get this? You know, so that you're not spending money on things that you maybe won't use. Let's see. Okay, so those are my words of advice.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sharon. Okay, so network, bring it home to people, and FaceTime. That's a great idea because I've never done that before. So now I get the opportunity to do that. So one little tip from me is get your room for next conference. The very first day you get there, get your room for Sacramento. All right, so that's just one for me. I'll just throw one here and there. And now we're going to hear from Karen. Karen is going to, where is she? Where did Kristen go? Well, she's still here though. Oh, okay. There she is. Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Karen. What are your tips and what are your thoughts about conference?
I don't have any tips. You guys got some great tips. I just wanted to introduce Kristen because Kristen and I spent a little bit of time together at a conference, like traveling to the conference and the first night of the conference. And I loved her enthusiasm and her story and how she has come to love conference. So I asked for her to share this.
Thank you, Karen. So when I first joined the business, I didn't understand the benefit of conference, and Sharon would invite me to conference and I'd say, okay, thank you. So it just so happened, but I wouldn't go. And it just so happened that I was on a girls trip in Nashville the same weekend or same week as conference. And I said to my girlfriend who was with me, oh my gosh, I can't not go. What if we run into them, you know, walking down Broadview or Broadway? I forget the name of the road now. I said, that would be terrible. You know, all right, just do me a favor. I'm like, just go with me for a little bit. So Sharon was kind. Sharon and Doug met me outside. They brought us in and I walked into this room with all of these people and I thought, what the heck? I had no idea how many people would be there. So I sat down. I was like, look, we'll just stay for a little bit. And I was getting an award for something. I said, and then after, can you just run with me to Margaritaville? I'm really sorry to, do this on our girls trip. And she's like, it's fine. It's fine. Well, lo and behold, we sat through, I don't know how many national marketing director speeches. Both of us who are not public criers are crying because we were so incredibly moved by what they had to say. Just the inspiration that comes from people, whether they talk to your heart. I don't know how else to describe it, but other than that, and it's just incredible. And you don't want to miss the national marketing director speeches because they're going to say things that, they're going to help you maybe in the business, maybe in life. I don't know, but they're just so incredibly powerful and motivational. And then, so we wiped our tears and we left that, and they were all happy tears. And we went over to Margaritaville and I said to her, just do me a favor, just like sit back here in the corner, cause I don't really know anybody. And so she did. And everybody nicer. See, the dogs are even happy. Everybody was nicer than the next. And it's true. Everybody at conference is really happy. And I couldn't wait to go back. So I went from being the girl who was like, oh, do me a favor, I don't want to have to wear a hat and sunglasses, come with me, to the girl who genuinely loves going. And then fast forward to the next conference that I went to, I was at Juice Plus Promotions, and I am a cup freak. So I am one of those people who gets wrapped up in everything, and I wanted to like scoop up every cup that was there. Don't do that. But I did pick up the clinical research summary and some of those brochures and handouts that are nice to have on hand, but are expensive to get shipping. I was with Karen, and we were in line. I don't know, Karen maybe remembers. It was like an hour and a half line. So it's definitely lengthy. So the National Marketing Director speeches, you should not miss to get in line, get to promo early. But we met a lady named Peggy, and it was like I'd known Peggy my whole life. She was just kind and she was genuine, and we became friends on Facebook, and it was just nice. I was speaking to one of my team members who's coming with me. I'm so excited. I have some team members coming with me this time. And I said to her, I don't know how to put it into words to describe to you really what it's like. I said, kind of like what Sharon said, I said, you know, you meet people there. And I said, I'm excited for her to meet people who she's never met before, you know, that are within our team and then on our bigger team. And I said, the best thing I can describe it to is kind of like a sorority, or I guess a fraternity, where you don't know these people before you get there. You decide you're going to join, and then some of these people just become lifelong friends. And, you know, you embrace what you learn a little bit from everybody, and you embrace what you can. But I can promise you, if you go to a conference once, you're not going to want to miss another conference. It's really definitely something to be a part of. And the stories that we're going to hear are just going to stick with you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Kristen.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate that. One of the things that she said stood out, that get that research. If you want to get a copy of the research, that's the place to get it. You won't have to pay tax. You don't have to pay shipping.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay also. However, she also said something to get that it's a personal experience. The way she was explaining it, it's a personal experience, and we could never bring that home. We can share as much as we can for everybody, so it's a personal experience. One of the things that I think is that we should just, if we can get there before the sessions and when the breaks are, it's so much better. I don't think there's anything, when something's going on stage, I think that's where we should be, in the seats, getting whatever they took the time to prepare for us to be there, instead of for us to be out in the hallway or Promo Plus or anywhere else. Alrighty, so now we're going to have Michelle, and Michelle is going to share her feelings and her tips on preparing for conference and getting the most of the conference.
Thanks, Melanie. So anyone who knows me on here knows I love conference. I always share the story. When I first started, they had just come back from conference, and I went to one of those wrap-up sessions, and I kind of thought, okay, they've all drank the juice and I'm not buying it. But it's funny, over that time of doing the business and meeting more people in our company, like the community was amazing. Everyone was amazing. And then I said, okay, I'm going to conference, because then Sharon was like, you got some promotions, girl. You need to come with us. So I went to conference, and I was totally blown away. Honestly, guys, I mean, the time that some of our uplines that are like maybe 4 or 5 levels above Sharon took to sit with me and some team members that came and share their stories. And I mean, stories that, like, tears coming to my eyes of how Juice Plus really saved, their lives. It was incredible. And so after that point, I was won over. And it's so funny, because me and Sharon were together today, and we went to get our eyebrows threaded. And the lady who does eyebrow threading knows someone that I met at my first conference. And I was like a kid in a candy store, my first conference. I think I had lost my mind. People might have thought I was on something, because I was so crazy. There was some lady walking by me, and everyone has their name tag on. Let me show you. I have a million name tags hanging on my desk. So everyone has on one of these name tags, right? And I see the lady's name says Deepa. And so I have an Indian friend, went to college with, her name is Dipali, and we call her Deepa for short. So I yell out to her, and I'm like, Deepa, that's like my best friend's name. And now we have been like friends, just like what they were talking about earlier. Me and Deepa, whenever we see each other at conference, it's like a reunion. We're friends on Facebook. At one point, Sharon almost got stuck in Texas on the way back from conference at a layover. And she was like, you can come stay with me. Like, it's not a problem, because she lived in Texas. And so we stopped in Texas. She was getting off, and we still needed to get to South Florida. So those are the kind of relationships that happen when you go to conference. It's incredible. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'll just share my, I'm super excited, guys. I'm like pulling out the suitcases. I am pumped, because I've had a stressful beginning of the month, and I am so ready to be with my peoples. Like, things have calmed down. I'm very excited. And I feel like this is the recharge we need. I mean, we don't go into an office, do we? We don't have to go into an office. We don't have to clock in. This is really something that we invest in ourselves to do. And it's like, we go, and you don't feel like you're investing in yourselves. You feel like it's a party. And I feel like every time I go, not only am I learning for the people I'm sharing with, but honestly, it's for myself, for my family. Like, it makes me a better person. So, okay, I'm here to talk about note taking. And my first few conferences, I brought notebooks. I was like, oh, I need a notepad, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? Juice Plus is the bomb, and they already give us notebooks every conference. They give us one of these, right? This is from 2004. I just grabbed one. I have a stack of them. But I love to take notes in this because they even have the speakers. Look, who's speaking? You can write under the speaker in the session and all that good stuff. So you can bring your notebook if you think you're going to stick to that. But I know I've brought the notebooks, and then I use this the entire time. This is the bomb because it has the schedule. It has everything in it. It has the people that are speaking. So this is great for notes. And like they were saying, don't get stuck in Promo Plus. Just don't get stuck in Promo Plus. I've done it. And there's points where I almost cried. Like, I miss Julie Herbst being on the stage with Dr. Sears. Like, it was this panel discussion. And guess what everyone was talking about at that conference? Julie and that panel discussion, how it was like the best talk ever. I was in Promo Plus. I didn't even have the TV volume on. I couldn't even hear it. I was so mad. So don't do that, guys. Don't be like me. Stay in your seats. We can wait 1 or 2 hours to go to Promo Plus. We'll get our stuff. They're going to have it. So those are my tips. And even try to, like, there's a lot going on in the convention, like in the room. Try to stay focused. Don't be ADD like me either. Like, I get distracted. There's a cute baby running. Like, there's little distractions, but try and stay focused because it's such good stuff. And I mean, they don't just put anything up on the stage. They really put people on the stage that are going to pour into us. So try to focus. Be snack ready so that you're not hungry and getting distracted. Have a snack. We usually have snacks. So someone will take care of you sitting within 2 seats. And have your notebook. You give us a bag. They hook us up. You know, so, okay, I'm done talking because I'm getting so excited and I can't wait. So, all right, back to you, Nalani.
Okay, wow, Sharon has something to say.
Can I mention that being in the right place at the right time in the seats, we were able to see when Michelle popped up on a video or two last conference. It was like, oh my gosh, she's on the big screen.
Right.
So you never know what's going to happen.
You never know. I tell you, when I went to my first conference, I was looking for the hype because I used to be in another networking company and it was a lot of hype. That was exciting. I was looking for the hype. It was like, where's the hype? Because it was so substantial. Everything we get is substantial. So I often say that when you come to conference, you begin to know what you have your hands on. That's just the beginning. And for those of you who are not going to be there this time, we'll be cheering for you, we'll be loving you, we'll be sending you information, we'll be sharing with you online. Get your app, get the Juice Plus Live app, download it, and then we can communicate and start preparing for April. Anything that anybody else would like to say? How are we with our time? It's 9:21. Oh, we have Doug. Oh my goodness. Doug is going to bring it home.
Well, I'm super excited. You guys are pumping me up. And I love what Nalani said, that this is a personal experience for people. And for me as a guy, it's a little different experience. Like, I don't feel like, I mean, I see it all around me. I see that that sorority girls weekend experience that you guys have. But for me, I would say it's especially important to get guy team members and husbands, man. Some of the best thing you can do is get husbands to the conference because at home, like I see salad parties and covered dish dinners, and my goodness, there was a yoga event in our house a couple of weeks ago. And but when I go to conference, I get to network with other men that are in the business. I get to see, well, for me, when I went to conference for the first time, it looked a lot more like a traditional business to me, which as a guy, that was attractive, you know? I know a lot of the times people are attracted to this because it isn't like a normal business, but some people are looking for like something that can be a little more like business-like. And the conference, you get to meet the CEO and the president and all these people, the IT department and the web developers. It's just incredible, and I love that part of it. So you may or may not be going. But if you're not going to the conference and you're watching this, we want you to feel like the value and that we put on this. And people that are doing really well, I've heard it said before that not everybody that goes to conference makes, $5,000 a month in this, but there's nobody that makes $5,000 a month that doesn't go to conference. So there's really a correlation there behind that. And I'll get to that in a second. But the story I really wanted to share, especially for the people that may not be going, was I know sometimes we can make decisions that, now's not the right time for me to go, or we have a lot going on. Well, that happened to me last year in the spring conference. We had a lot going on. We had some, education challenges with maybe a kid in the house, and we had just gone through a lot emotionally in February with the shooting at Stoneman Douglas, and we were involved in helping out with that community because Sharon and I had both worked at the school. And I had, pulled some muscles in my legs and messed up my Achilles tendon, and I put on some pounds, and I just was like, we can save some money. I'll stay home. And I'm just not feeling it. So I dropped Sharon off to the airport. And I said to her, I have made a serious, serious mistake. I just can't believe I'm not going to conference. This doesn't feel right. I know I'm making a terrible mistake. And sure enough, watching everybody posting and hearing the stories, it killed me, guys. It just killed me. And what happened was I realized how much that fills me up to go. The psychological effect of being committed to go to a conference and to feel the power of community, it's incredible. There's no community that I've ever experienced, including working at one of the largest churches in the country on staff and being a leader there. I don't feel that kind of community even there. And there's so much community and love. It's amazing. But you get inspired, and inspiration leads to vision, and vision leads to activity, and activity leads to momentum. And once that stuff starts happening, that's when the wheels really start turning on this business. And it's exciting because those of us that are doing this, and we want it for you because we know the impact it's made on us. So if you're going, make sure you're going to be there and be all in. If you're not going, then next time, just like Melanie said, we want you to be there, and we're going to be on next Monday night, the night after conference. We're not waiting a few weeks for the wrap-up. We're going to pull it all together right away. When you think we're excited now, wait till you see us next week. It's Michelle. Michelle's going to have to drink a couple glasses of wine for that one, or maybe not. That could be worse. But we'll be back next week. And if you are going there, you guys, we are so excited to see you. It's like our yearly or every 6-month reunion. For me, it's a year reunion, and I'm super excited. We have more people than ever going to the conference. I think it's 80 people. We have more qualifiers on the team than ever. There's never been a better time. I was just listening to a teaching on this in the history of civilization, to develop a business as an entrepreneur. And you guys are in the right time, the right place. The timing is perfect, and we have an incredible company, incredible products, and an incredible team. So we're super excited to see you guys and to learn more and get super pumped. So thanks so much for coming on the call. Melanie, any final words?
Yes. Well, Sharon reminds us to make sure to bring your new people to be introduced to people who have incredible stories or other teams, so that they should know, or upline sponsors or leaders. And Deborah Bradford reminds us to bring our chargers. And that reminds me to let you know that there is a packing list on Mission Driven Model, so that you'll know exactly what to pack and how to pack for it. And Debbie says it isn't too late to invite guests for Thursday. Oh, there's people coming from Sarasota. Yay. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Great to see you guys.
Monday.
Thank you.
Yes.
See you Thursday.
Thank you.
Thursday.
See you Thursday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Good night. Back up.
Sharon, you got to start packing.
Oh, yeah.
I still have to do my laundry. You're still recording.
I know. I was going to hit leave meeting. Bye.